Hi, welcome to Healthy Choice. My name is Ntiamwa, and on my channel, I discuss with you relevant health practices, our food, our medication, and disease condition. Today, let's take a look at a very beautiful concept, breastfeeding. Remember, 1st to 8th August of every year is a breastfeeding week. Unarguably, breast milk is the first ever meal for everyone on earth, which is very important for our development. It has both emotional and biological influence on mother and the baby. It contains all the necessary nutrients for our growth and development. It also has a lot of benefits to the mother, the baby, and the nation as well. The proper establishment of lactation starts soon after delivery, since the act of suckling stimulates the production of breast milk. During the period of breastfeeding, a mother does not necessarily need to drink a lot of milk before producing enough breast milk. One needs to eat healthy and always take balanced diet. Breast milk is produced under the influence of prolactin, which is released from the brain. The act of suckling is enough to initiate the production of breast milk. The amount of breast milk a mother can produce is not dependent on the size of the breast. Some of the importance of breastfeeding to the mother. When breastfeeding is initiated early, it helps to contract the uterus, which helps to prevent bleeding after birth. It helps the mother to lose weight by burning calories. It decreases the risk of breast cancer and ovarian cancer in mothers. Breastfeeding suppresses ovulation, thus helping to space out children. Breastfeeding is also very economical. We take a look at some of the importance of breastfeeding to the baby. The act of suckling is enough exercise to develop the facial muscles of the baby. The initial breast milk, called the colostrum, contains immunoglobulins, which helps to coat the intestines of the baby and also help prevent bacterial infection. The colostrum gives the baby its first immunity and helps in the developmental stages of the baby. The act of breastfeeding provides close contact and intimacy between the mother and the baby. Breastfeeding also plays a major role in the child's physical and cognitive development. To the nation, babies who receive adequate breast milk grow to become healthy children. And these healthy children grow to become healthy adults, and therefore we have a healthy nation. Breastfeeding is also economical and it saves the nation a lot of money. There are several positions and techniques when it comes to breastfeeding, and today we are going to look at 8 of them. With the help of our midwife, Madame Zubabel Dennis, we also ask of importance of exclusive breastfeeding.
Hello, lovely viewers. A very good day to all of you, wherever you are watching me from. Today, we are going to discuss on the topic breastfeeding. One may ask, what is breastfeeding? In simple terms, breastfeeding means feeding infants or young children with the milk from a woman's breast milk. It is also recommended that breastfeeding starts within 30 minutes right after delivery. So, right after a woman delivers or a woman gives birth to a baby, we ensure that the woman starts to feed the baby within 30 minutes. We should also know that within that 30 minutes or within the few days after delivery, the breast milk doesn't flow immediately. What comes out is a yellowish fluid, and this fluid is called colostrum. It contains a lot of nutrients which helps the baby to grow and prevents infection from setting in. Exclusive breastfeeding simply means that feeding your babies or your young children with milk from a woman's breast for 6 months, for solid 6 months, without adding any feed or any water to it. But then there are exceptions. There are cases where babies might need water, and your pediatrician would allow you or advise you to give drops of water to your baby. That is an exception. There are cases also where babies might not be feeling well, and your pediatrician would prescribe a medication, whether it's in the form of syrup or in the form of water, and you would have to administer to the baby. That is an exception. The benefit of exclusive breastfeeding. One benefit of exclusive breastfeeding is that it creates bonding between the mother and the baby. It creates a bonding, that is a togetherness, a love between the mother and the baby. So you will see that whilst the mother is feeding the baby, the mother is laughing. The mother has that joy whilst feeding the baby. The mother has that love for the baby. So that is one benefit of doing an exclusive breastfeeding. Babies are less likely to develop asthma or allergies. The third point is there's a faster recovery rate for the mother, a very fast recovery rate for the mother. The fifth point is there's a lower rate of respiratory infection for the baby. And then another point is an improved IQ. Yes, your babies will develop a very high IQ if you should have an exclusive breastfeeding for your baby. People do not know about it, but today I am telling you, with exclusive breastfeeding, your baby acquires a higher IQ and class. Your baby will stand out as the best. There's a decreased risk of breast cancer for the woman. It is less expensive. Breastfeeding is less expensive compared to the formulas. Formulas are very, very expensive, and within 2 weeks, the babies are done with them. It does not waste time. You are not going to heat water. You are not going to look for your baby's feeding bottles. It doesn't waste time. When baby is crying, you just bring out your breast and do what, and start to feed your baby, and your baby gets to feed on time. There's a less risk of general infections for your baby. Any infection you can think of. The last point is that it delays menstruation. Hence, it helps us to space our children. It helps us to get more time for our babies. There are about 8 positions of breastfeeding that you and I we can adopt to help us to feed our babies and be free. Our first position is cradle. As you can see on your screen, cradle position. Our second position is cross cradle. The cradle and the cross cradle look the same, but then there is a little difference between them. Our next position is back lying. The woman is lying down and feeding the baby. Our next position is football. Just like you would hold a football in your armpit, that is the way the mom has hold the baby to feed. Our next position is the Australian hold. Australian hold. Our next position is inverted side lying. Inverted side lying. Next one is side lying cradle. Side lying cradle, and the last but not the least is side lying. These are some of the positions that you and I we can adopt to help us to feed our babies. I hope we have learned a lot from our topic today, and those who do not like to feed their baby, I hope you have gotten a change of mind.
We know the benefits of this, but some mothers find it difficult to do with respect to their daily activities and their work schedule. And it's very advisable to have time and breastfeed your child exclusively for 6 months. Thank you for watching this video. If it's your first time on my channel, you would want to subscribe for more health information.